This is David Penzer getting ready for the mayhem of World Championship Wrestling.
Who's next? It's showtime! Woo! Big Sexy's in the... I'm buff on the stuff and the girls just can't get enough. If you want some, come get some! You don't like me? Fight me! Órale! Arriba la raza! Oh yeah! Big Papa Pump, did you hook up? Holler if you hear me! DDP is gonna make you feel the bang! Woo! But you know something, brother? Hogan is the man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Yeah, I got a bad headache right now.
You're gonna have another one.
And shut up, Big Red. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever episode of Throwback Thursday right here at the WWE Slam Zone. I am Fat Bat Greasy, your King of England champion of the world. I'm best for business, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why I'm on this first ever episode of Throwback Thursday, which features WCW World Championship Wrestling pay-per-view reviews, and in the future will be Monday Night Nitro right here on this Throwback Thursday. Each and every other couple weeks we'll do this. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into our review tonight, which is the WCW Mayhem 2000 review featuring in this first ever Throwback Thursday episode, but before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm demanding my King of England championship right now on this episode. I lost it. Well, I didn't really lose it. I just got stolen from me, okay? He got stolen from Fatback Greasy, the true King of England champion, and we have this so-called Big Red and this stupid little board called Little Red wanted to attack me on the 4-year anniversary episode free preview, whatever you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what the board of directors calls it, okay? But anyway, they attacked me, okay, where I was the one that made the enforcement go, okay? I made that group happen, and now they want to take me out of their so-called group, the enforcement, okay, whatever they want to do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm demanding my belt back tonight. I want my belt that they stole from me. I think they think they're Dean Ambrose or something. I think they think they're Dolph Ziggler or Truth. I don't know what they're thinking, because my belt needs to come back to me. I feel as bad as you do, Bad News Barrett. You get your belt stolen, now I get my belt stolen. And it's a coincidence because it's the King of England champion, where you're from England, and that's a King of England belt. So we're in bad shape there, Bad News Barrett. But you know what? I'm afraid I got some bad news for the enforcement coming at the Beyond the Ropes episode. But before we get to Beyond the Ropes, and before we get to this pay-per-view review, Big Red, I want my belt back. Where's it at? And where's it at, you stupid board?
I got some bad news for you, fat back. You didn't have my back, and you ain't getting your belt back.
Well, you know what? You gave me a headache. That stupid chain that you hit me with.
Yep. Little Red said he's going to give you a headache tonight.
Well, you know something? Where's my belt at right now? If you don't give my belt back at Beyond the Ropes, you'll find out what's going to happen to you and that so-called little board of yours. So where's it at? Who has my belt?
You in the same boat Bad News Barrett's in. I'm afraid I got some more bad news for you. You ain't getting it back because Billy Bob's got it.
Okay. Well, we'll find out at Beyond the Ropes, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, Welcome to Throwback Thursday, and this episode, like I said, features the WCW Mayhem 2000 pay-per-view, and we're going to review it.
I was made to come here and review this with you.
That's right. Because
I'm
best for business, okay? I'm best for business, and everybody's going to find out what's best for business at Beyond the Ropes. And I got a little announcement at the end of this Throwback Thursday. But anyway, let's start off with the WCW Mayhem 2000 review, ladies and gentlemen. It started off, oh, by the way, in this Mayhem pay-per-view was held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's right.
Big Red.
That's right.
And so it started off with Booker T in the back.
Booker T, five time.
You say he's five time, but I have something to tell you. You know what I like about Booker T?
What?
Spinneroonie, 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 spinneroonie.
Yeah, but he's five times.
Spinneroonie.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, he was backstage, and all these fans were coming up wanting autographs. Okay, Big Red?
That's
and
right.
He was signing a couple, and he's like, well, you know what? I'll be back later tonight after the show. I'll sign all y'all's autographs after he beats the crap out of Scott Steiner in the first ever steel cage straitjacket match. So what are your thoughts on Booker T signing the autographs for all them fans out there?
Booker T's good. He signs all. He don't leave nobody out, cause he's five time champion.
Spinneroonie.
I'll Spinneroonie you.
And then we go on to Scott Steiner in the back, and they tell him he needs to sign in to security, and he has a lead pipe. And he said he don't sign in for nobody. He takes his lead pipe, tears up the laptop computers, throws the table upside down, and he said, I don't sign in for nobody. And he said, and he just left. He got mad and left. So your thoughts, Big Red and Little Red?
Scott Steiner, he's a big bully, and he don't listen to nobody. He thinks he's authority.
He's like Triple H.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. But anyway, and we're going to go on to our announcers. It goes to the announcers, and your announcers for this pay-per-view was Mark Madden, Tony Schiavone, and Stevie Ray, Booker T's brother, because Stevie Ray likes the spinneroonie. Is that enough?
That's enough.
Because I'm Fatback Greasy, I can do what I want to. Okay, but anyway, we're going on to the first match of the evening. And who's your favorite commentator on this commentating team? You have Mark Madden, Stevie Ray, and Tony.
Stevie Ray.
You like Stevie Ray. The Harlem Heat.
The Harlem Heat.
Yeah, anyway.
Spinneroonie.
Okay, you trying to steal my little phrase? Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going on to the first match of the evening. And this was on November 26th, 2000. Okay, so the first match of the evening, we had Kwee with Paisley, and this was for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship of the World, and it was Mike Sanders defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Kwee, and this is what happened. Mark Jindrak and Sean O'Hara of the Natural Born Thrillers attacked Kwee. While the referee was distracted, Ming and Paisley then come out. And it was like Paisley left, okay, during the match. I was like, okay, why did she leave? But she came out with an afro with Ming.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That's right.
And so Ming come out there. You had the Natural Born Thrillers and Ming get into a big old fight on the outside of the ring.
It was a Royal Rumble outside there.
Royal Rumble on the floor?
That's
oh,
right.
Wow.
Wow.
So you think that was better than the Royal Rumble this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too. But
they just kept mixing it up.
Yeah, they sure did, didn't they? So anyway, so they come and tag Natural Born Thrillers. Then Ric Flair comes out and with security, and they take all the extra men away from the match. So Sanders then gets the win, okay, on Kwee to retain the Cruiserweight Championship of the world with a 3.0 to retain the title. So, you know what? I thought it was a great opening match, but you had all this outside interference, which I thought it was great to kick off the pay-per-view. So, I mean, great match. I wish that Kwee would have had the title. I wish he would have won. He had all that gel up and stuck in his hair too. It's like, okay, how did he? I don't know. But anyway, Big Red, what did you think of the match and Paisley's afro?
It was too much confusion in that match. It was just too much rumbling going on in that match.
Yeah, it sure was. It was awesome though.
Yeah, it was an awesome match.
Yeah, it was. But I am going on to the next match of the evening, okay? Because this was my match of the night, okay? It was a 3-way tag team match. Big Red. We had, well, if you want to say 2 count, because we had Sugar Shane Helms and Shannon Moore versus the Young Dragons, okay? The Young Dragons, which it was great. They had the Young Dragons with Lady Meow. Sorry about that. Versus Evan Courageous and Jamie Knoble of JJ and J Security.
Right.
Yeah, now he's in JJ. But back then he was just Jamie Knoble.
Yeah.
Okay, but they had a big old, before the match, we had a big old interview with Evan Courageous saying, you know, Jamie Knoble or Evan Courageous said, I'm driving my Cadillac in North Carolina in Gastonia and all this, and yeah. So we had that. I thought that was a funny interview. But this match was amazing there, Big Red. Your thoughts on the match? You got anything you want to say about the match before I give my thoughts?
It was high flying and 3 count come out, 2 count come out, and they wanted to give a concert.
They did.
Yeah, they gave a little concert there.
Yeah.
And then when the Dragons come in, everybody started flying.
They did. Everybody hit their own finisher.
Yeah.
It was great. So I'm going to go ahead and tell what happened in the match. It says, for most of the match, all 6 men are in the ring fighting at the same time. They then go to the outside, and each man does a flying move off the top rope, including Leah Meow, the little Japanese girl.
Yeah.
She took off her boots. She had to take off the boots first.
Right.
And then she jumped off onto all of them, Jamie Knoble, Evan Courageous, all of them on the outside. Was you surprised about that?
I was surprised about that. It was high flying.
It sure was. And then we had Jamie Knoble pulls out a ladder. But I was like, okay, let me get to this part, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Knoble pulls out a ladder. I'm like, this is not a ladder match. Okay, there's nothing hanging above the ring. There's no tag team titles. There's no contract above the ring. So why is he pulling out a ladder? I don't know. When you seen the ladder, Big Red, what did you think of the ladder? Did you think he was just going to use it to jump off of or what? But most of all, he just got the ladder and he got kicked in the face with it. About it. But your thoughts?
Yeah, he got kicked in the face with it, and I guess he thought he was in a ladder match, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know where his head was. Jamie Knoble never has his head straight anyway. But anyway, then Sugar Shane Helms, I don't know if everybody knows this, but he is also known as Stand Back. There's a hurricane coming through. And he's also known as the Hamburglar. Because The Rock may call him the Hamburglar.
That's right.
But anyway, Sugar Shane Helms gets the pin on the Young Dragons after a fireman's carry into a neck breaker with the help of Shannon Moore. And your winners, 2 count. Because there's not 3, because Evan Courageous broke up with them before this match happened.
That's right.
So 2 count, and then they started celebrating there, Big Red. So, it was great. So, well, you done gave your thoughts. I want to go ahead and give my rating on this one match because I thought it was match of the night. I'm going to give this match a 10 out of 10.
I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
I really enjoyed it. And then we go on to this Jimmy Hart interview. He says, oh, he's on crutches, saying, oh, I got a leg injury, ankle injury. Says, I can't compete tonight against this radio personality from Milwaukee, Wisconsin named Mancow. Okay. I didn't like this match, Big Red.
I didn't care for it either.
But you had Hart comes out with a cast and crutches saying he is too hurt to wrestle. Mancow doesn't care and starts to fight. And he said that this is a non-sanctioned match so he could have his group out there from his radio show. And by the way, did you see that dude? He had some kind of thing on his nose, and he was had his belly all hanging out there. Big Red, did you see that?
Yeah,
bald-headed dude.
Yeah, bald-headed. He's crazy.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was gonna get in the match there, but anyway, Mancow starts the fight, taking off Jimmy Hart's cast. Mancow's guys start to attack, and Hart on Jimmy Hart. So then 3 count comes out, which is 2 count because this thing is wrong. I don't know why they say 3 count because it's only Shannon Moore and Sugar Shane Helms.
Right.
So they come out to help Jimmy Hart. And Mancow hits Hart with the cast and gets the pin. Your winner, Mancow, radio personality. Who cares? So, 3 count. Well, now 2 count on this show. But I'm glad they come out, Big Red, because they needed to help Jimmy Hart. But it backfired them all on it all.
Yeah, it just backfired.
Yeah, it did. Any more thoughts you want to add to this match? Big Red, nothing. Okay. So now we're going on to the WCW Hardcore Championship of the night. It was Big Vito versus Reno versus the Hardcore Champion himself, Crowbar. And I just want to know this, Big Red. Have you noticed there's 2 names that rhymes in this match? Big Vito and Reno.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you seen that. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens in the Hardcore Championship match, and then we'll give our thoughts on it. The fight ends up at the back of the arena as Reno is going to attack Vito with a bat on a table. Maria, Vito's sister, tells Reno not to hit Vito. Okay. Okay, anyway. Meanwhile, Crowbar hits Reno with a chair and gets the pin to retain his Hardcore Championship of the world. And your winner, like I just said, Crowbar, ladies and gentlemen. So, Big Red, what did you think of this match? They had all kind of, trash can lids.
Yeah, they had the works, and they were all over the place, all over the arena.
Yeah, I mean, the kendo sticks. Did you see that when they hit Vito? When Crowbar hit Vito with the kendo stick? It looked like it hurt on the head, man.
Right on the head.
So, and then Crowbar used the trash can earlier in the night.
Crowbar's crazy anyway.
Yeah, he is. He's crazy. But your thoughts on Maria telling Reno, his sister, that, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. So, what are your thoughts on her?
Yeah, she was trying to protect the family.
And the announcers are saying, well, what's going on with this situation? And Tony Schiavone says it's a long story. So, I don't know what that situation is. But anyway.
Gotta find out the story.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say this. Big Vito, he ate the trash can.
He sure did.
He didn't want the trash can. He didn't chew the trash can. He ate the trash can. And there was no dinosaurs, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, we're going on to the next match of the evening. And it was the Filthy Animals of Rey Mysterio Jr. and Kidman versus Alex Wright and Chronic with Disco Inferno. Disco Fever. Yeah, we know the song. But anyway, earlier in the night, we had an interview with the Boogie Nights. That is Disco Inferno, and Alex Wright. They wanted to try to find somebody that would tag because Disco's injured, okay? Ladies and gentlemen. So Disco tried to make an offer with Chronic. They didn't have enough money, Big Red, so they had to give what they could give to Chronic, and Chronic said, well, this is only going to last for
7 minutes.
And 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So, anyway, it was still good, but did you see Alex Wright had to give some of his England money, and they said that Chronic said, oh, good, an England bonus. But anyway.
Yeah.
England, everything England. My title, my England title, I want it back, and you better give it to me. So anyway, the match, it was supposed to be Mysterio and Kidman and Conan versus the Boogie Nights, but Conan wasn't there, and Disco was still too hurt to wrestle, so the Boogie Nights paid to get Chronic, but they would only wrestle 7 minutes and 30 seconds, like we said. After that long in the match, Chronic leaves, leaving Alex Wright alone against two men after a Bronco Buster by Rey Mysterio and a Nutcracker suit on Alex. Kidman then gets the pin on him for the win, and your winners, the Filthy Animals with Tygress. And what are your thoughts on this match? I thought it was pretty good. I liked how the storyline was with Chronic and Disco trying to pay him for the 7 minutes, and then had the little stopwatch at the ring. It was pretty cool. I liked that. And it was like, okay, that stopwatch buzzed, and they were out of there. They were gone. They were done there.
They were done.
So my thoughts on the match, it was very good. Great storytelling, in my opinion. Big Red, what are your thoughts?
It was very good. It was a lot of action in that match.
Yeah.
And Chronic and them, I just liked them, when their time was up, they left.
Yeah, I like that too. I have to agree with you because I don't agree on certain things.
Disco was trying to give him a necklace to stay.
Yeah, I know. He was trying to give his necklace. And I was like, okay, he's like, no, that's not going to do no good. But yeah, anyway, Alex Wright was just, that was it for him. Put a fork in him.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going on to the next match of the evening. We had Shane Douglas with Torrie Wilson versus the Cat. Did you know the Cat made a stipulation backstage, said that if he lost this match, he would kiss Shane Douglas's foot and leave the country for 30 days. Now, do you really think the Cat was going to leave the country for 30 days?
No.
No, I didn't think so either. But anyway, we had the Cat and Miss Jones. The match, they fight at the commentator's table, and Cat chokes Mark Madden. And let me get to this. This wasn't the only time Mark Madden, had an issue on this pay-per-view, Big Red. Because I forgot to mention during the Mancow match, Mark Madden got upset because he was called fat from Mancow. So now Mark Madden gets choked by the Cat, and he gets mad. He goes, and you see him hear Mark Madden throughout the whole entire match, hear him go. Somebody should have helped him. Stevie Ray or Tony Schiavone
should have helped
gave
him
some
out.
water or something. But anyway, later on in the match, the Cat does the feliner. Torrie and Miss Jones then get into a cat fight. Douglas hits the Cat with a chain, but only gets a 2 count. Miss Jones puts the Cat's red shoes on him, and he does another feliner on Douglas, and he gets the win. And the two, and Miss Jones and the Cat dances for their celebration to end their match. So anyway,
yeah.
Your thoughts? Yeah,
Miss Jones, when put Cat's shoes on, and he kicked and won the match, and he started dancing.
Yeah, it was cool. That's what it said. It said dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What did you do? So your thoughts on the Cat? Should he beat everybody up in that arena or what? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he should beat everybody up.
Yeah, and call their mama.
And call their mom.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's awesome. And look at this one. It's got Mike Awesome scratched out. Because you know, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Awesome was beat up by Bam Bigelow earlier in the night. So we forgot to mention that. So he was through a table. Mike Awesome was out. And what did you think of that situation earlier in this pay-per-view? He was knocked out in the back, in the table, by Bam Bigelow.
They had called a rescue squad after Bam, and they was taking
No, you're getting ahead of yourself there, Big Red. I'm talking about Mike Awesome.
Oh.
Mike Awesome was attacked by Bam Bigelow earlier in the pay-per-view.
I was gone during that time.
Oh, you missed that.
I missed that.
Gotcha. But you seen the end of this match.
Right.
So, anyway, Mike Awesome was taken to the hospital, so we had to have Bam Bigelow.
I'm gonna set Little Red down.
Little Red's got to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyway, we have Bam Bigelow versus a mystery opponent. Who was his mystery opponent? None other than the AWOL himself. But earlier on in the pay-per-view, like I just said, Awesome is attacked by Bam Bigelow and is taken to the hospital. Ric Flair comes out and says that Bigelow's opponent will be the Wall himself. So he comes out with a table. He brings it to the ring during the match, but it is never used. Bigelow managed to do the greetings from Asbury Park and he did get the win there. But however, Bam Bigelow couldn't get up, and the referee asks for paramedics to come and wheel him away. He is hurt.
Yeah, bad.
Bad. Very bad. Yeah. So, I know you wanted to talk. You just talked about this, so I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about this little issue Bam had.
Yeah, Bam, he got hurt, and looked like he was hurting his chest.
Yeah, are you alright there, Big Red?
Yeah.
You again?
And it looked like he was hurting his chest, maybe heart palpitation.
Maybe a concussion, something. Yeah, he was out.
He was out.
Yeah. So then they were still in the ring, and the announcers was like, Do we need to stay here? Do we need to go to the back? What do we got to do? And they're like, we're going to stay here. This is live television, ladies and gentlemen, live pay-per-view. So, but anyway, they had to go on to the next match because it was like, the show must go on, ladies and gentlemen. So, Lance Storm was out next, and this was for the WCW United States Championship.
That was a very short match.
Well, you said it was, and you also said it was boring.
Yeah,
you said you didn't like this match.
This is a boring match.
You didn't like it at all.
No.
So we had, and they were saying that this was the last confrontation between Lance Storm and General Erection, which you know who he is. That is Hugh Morris used to be. He changed his name too many times in professional wrestling, but anyway. Bill DeMont's his real name there, Big Red. But anyway, it was Lance Storm with Major Guns versus General Erection. After Erection gets in the ring, all of a sudden, Big Red, we see Bam Bigelow gets up from the gurney.
He's back.
Yeah, was this a planned thing? Was this a thing to help Storm out? Did they have this little talk in the...
I believe it did.
Something going on in the back before their matches? And
yeah, I believe it did.
This was a plan that almost came together. Almost. But anyway, Bam gets out from the gurney and attacks Erection. His injury was they said was a work.
Work.
Yeah. But anyway, the fight ends up on the outside, back in the ring. Erection does a power slam, but misses a moonsault. Thanks to Major Guns, he goes for another moonsault and gets the win. And your new WCW US Champion, General Erection. There, Big Red. Your thoughts? You said #boring.
Boring.
Any more thoughts?
That's all. It's boring.
Okay, so we're going on to the second match for me second match of the night for me. It was the king of the mountain, the chosen one himself, Jeff Jarrett. And he faced Buff Daddy.
Buff the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I know you like this match, Big Red, so I'm going to talk about the match and then I'll let your thoughts there. But before the match, actually, earlier in the night, Buff Bagwell destroyed Jeff Jarrett's guitar backstage. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's right.
But during the match, Buff uses a foam guitar from the crowd to attack Jarrett. However, Jarrett uses a chair on Buff. In the ring, Buff does a double arm DDT, but he misses a blockbuster. Buff then did a tornado DDT, but the referee got knocked out before he could count. David Flair then comes out to attack Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett gets a guitar from under the ring. Yeah, he always has a good guitar backup plan. So, anyway, Jarrett gets a guitar from under the ring and hits Buff Daddy Bagwell with it. So, Jeff Jarrett then gets the win. Mark Slick Johnson counts the 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, the king of the mountain, the chosen one himself, Jeff Jarrett. Slap nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your thoughts on this awesome match? Second match of the night.
Buff Daddy was getting the best of Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff, he finally come back with the guitar slap, and he won.
He sure did.
It's like you said,
knocked the crap out of Buff Daddy.
The guitar went in pieces.
Yeah. So does that mean since Buff Bagwell lost this match, so does this turn him from Buff Daddy to Buff the has-been Bagwell?
Yeah, that's what it's.
Cause he lost.
He lost.
Has
been.
He was a something, and now he's a being now.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not Buff the stuff anymore. Anyway, because he got beat by the king of the mountain, Jeff Jarrett. So anyway, we're going on to the next match. It was for the WCW Tag Team Championship of the evening. We had Diamond Dallas Page right here. Boom. Bang! Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and Kevin Nash right here. Wolfpack. Yeah. And so they faced the WCW Tag Team Champions, the Natural Born Thrillers, and it was a really, really great match. It was Sean Stasiak and Chuck Colombo of the Natural Born Thrillers, by the way. I don't know if people knew that. So anyway, this is what happened as the Natural Born security. So do the Natural Born Thrillers as security comes out, and Mike Sanders as commentator. As the Thrillers try to interfere in the match, DDP and Nash attack them all. Flair then comes out with the real security, Doug Dillinger security. So, because Mike Sanders, the commissioner, he says he's the commissioner. He tried to send the real security home. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so Flair then comes out with the real security, sends everyone to the back except Sanders, who is now an official WCW manager, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
So he has this little sticker, and I'm like, okay, what does that make you, a manager with a little sticker? Okay, but anyway, during the match, Stasiak's, got beat down as DDP applies then hits the diamond cutter on Palumbo. Nash does a jackknife powerbomb on Stasiak, but gets a 2 count. DDP does a diamond cutter on Sanders, and then Nash gets the 3 count on Stasiak, and they become the new WCW Tag Team Champions, DDP and Kevin Nash. What a match.
That was a match.
It was good, too.
It was like a hurricane hit the ring.
Yeah, Natural Born Thrillers did not have a good night except for Mike Sanders retaining the Cruiserweight title in the opening match of this pay-per-view. But other than that, Natural Born Thrillers didn't have a good night.
No. Sure did.
Neither really did Mike Sanders, the commissioner. But anyway, so we're going on to the next match. Do you have any other thoughts on that match?
That's all.
So we're going on to the next match. Co-main event, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, co-main event. This was match number 11. Big Red. There's a lot of matches. We had 12 matches on this pay-per-view in 3 hours. I don't know how they did it.
I don't either.
But anyway, it was the total package. Lex Luger versus the undefeated Goldberg.
Yeah, that was a good match.
So, as Goldberg tries to spear Luger, the referee is pulled in front. So, so he is too speared. I mean, that was a wicked spear on that referee.
Yeah, it was bad. Bad. Another referee had to come in.
Yeah, and then Goldberg jackhammers Luger, and a secondary referee, like you said, comes out for the 3 count, and your winner, Goldberg, is still undefeated in WCW, but this was a very short match.
Real short.
It didn't last long at all. It was, what, maybe 4 minutes? I would say. I didn't keep...
5 at most.
Yeah, I didn't really keep that much time on it, but it was still okay. But anyway, next match is your main event of the evening on this WCW Mayhem 2000 pay-per-view review. We have Booker T, the WCW Heavyweight Champion of the world, defending his title against the big bad, what does he call himself? The big bad Booty Daddy or whatever? Booty Daddy. Well, I don't know what he calls himself.
Scott time.
The Steiner Recliner Man, if you want to call him the Steiner Recliner. And I'm going to say something at the end of this review that I'm going to just mention it. I don't know if fans might like it, but I'm going to mention it. Okay, but anyway, we had Scott Steiner and Booker T, and this was caged heat they talked about. The first ever caged heat, steel cage straitjacket match. That's a lot of words in one match. Booker goes for the axe kick early, but is clotheslined. Steiner gets the jacket down, but Booker gets it from him. He puts it on backwards and then on correctly and uses a chair on Steiner. Steiner managed to rip the arms right off the straitjacket. I mean, it was awesome there. What did you think? That was cool.
That was cool. That was just awesome.
Strong strength there, Big Red. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Steiner rips off the jacket. Anyway, then Steiner recliner on Booker T, but doesn't win. Booker does a bookend and an axe kick, but Steiner uses a chair. He does a full Nelson slam and a Steiner recliner. Booker T must have passed out, but before this, Booker T hit the spinneroonie. Yeah, before he passed out to the Steiner recliner. And so, after Booker T had to, the referee said he passed out. So your new WCW World's Heavyweight Champion of the World, Scott Steiner. And so Booker T's spinneroonie did not work tonight.
Sure didn't.
Just not.
Scott Steiner was just too much for Booker T tonight.
Yeah, and what your thoughts on this incredible first ever caged heat steel cage straitjacket match?
It was awesome.
I thought it was.
It was awesome.
Big time awesomeness show. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into my final thoughts of the evening on this Throwback Thursday, I am going to rate this pay-per-view. And I'm going to rate it right now. I am going to give this pay-per-view 8 out of 10 because I did not like the General Erection Lance Storm match, boring. And I did not like the Mancow. So I'm taking 2 points off, 8 out of 10 from the King of England champion, Fatback Greasy, because that is my final rating. And we're going to send it over here to the big Red himself and this stupid little board over here their thoughts, because you don't really need to know their thoughts, but we are going to hear them. So go ahead and take it away.
I rate this pay-per-view 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. So
I'll give it a point off.
You getting the point off for those 2 matches, huh?
Yeah.
So you giving them a little leeway there.
That's right.
I knocked them 2 off for the 2 matches. They're hashtag boring.
I'll give them 1.
But anyway, final thoughts on this pay-per-view now. And I'm going to give my final thoughts on this pay-per-view. I really thought this pay-per-view was awesome. Even, I mean, except for those 2 matches, I love that triple threat tag team match. That was just match of the night. The Jeff Jarrett match. Any Jeff Jarrett match, this is incredible. Any match you see him in is very awesome. And but anyway, great pay-per-view. But anyway, that's my final thoughts. Just great pay-per-view. What is your final thoughts on this?
My final thoughts is that it was a great pay-per-view, and there was a lot of action, a lot of torment, a lot of rumbling in it, and a lot of mix-up.
Yeah.
And it was this awesome event, and it was great.
It sure was. I enjoyed the WCW Mayhem 2000, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag right down here. Hashtag WCW Mayhem 2000. And you know what? I said I was going to get to something, and I'm going to go ahead and get to something before I make the announcement a few minutes before we end tonight's Throwback Thursday right here on Thursday night right here at the WWE Slam Zone. Anyway, we have the Steiner recliner of Steiner's move. Okay, so there's another superstar that uses that move, and that is Rusev. He calls it the Accolade, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's like nobody can get out of Rusev's move, right? But we see anybody can get out of Steiner recliner move. It's the same exact move. So why can't people not get out of Rusev's move, but can get out of Steiner's move? I don't even get it.
I don't get it.
I don't. Your thoughts, real quick.
It's the same move.
Same thing. Why steal the move?
Oh, yeah.
But I think we should see Scott Steiner versus Rusev. Steiner recliner versus the Accolade, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Make it happen. That would be awesome. WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. How about you make that match right there? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go into the announcement. The next Throwback Thursday review right here at the WWE Slam Zone will be WCW Starrcade 2000. And it's going to be a cool show, and I can't wait to watch it on the WWE Network for only
$9.99.
That's right. And you can get all WCW pay-per-views for only
$9.99.
That is right. So I hope everybody enjoyed this first ever episode of WCW Throwback Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be back with Starrcade. And by the way, before I end, Beyond the Ropes, stay tuned, everybody, because Fatback Greasy is demanding his belt back at Beyond the Ropes. The next episode going to happen very soon this month on this channel.
I got some bad news for you, Fatback.
Okay.
You ain't getting it back.
Well, we'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to get my belt back. If not, they're going to pay the consequences. The enforcement's going to pay the consequences because I am the King of England champion, Fatback Greasy. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I don't care what this dude says. I don't care what Big Red says. I don't care what Little Red says. Because I'm the King of England champion. Everybody likes Fatback Greasy. Even R-Truth, Ron the Truth Killings, loves Fatback Greasy. So, hashtag, what's in the bag? It was potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, that's all I have to say because I'm the best. I'm best for business, not like your stupid group, the enforcement, okay? So, anything you else want to say to your good old fans, you Big Red?
Yeah, God bless everybody out there, and we'll catch you next Throwback Thursday.
That's right. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.